We're in Norway, on the Bergensbanen, the train that takes you from Oslo to Bergen. Lonely Planet rates it as one of the best train journeys in the world. It's part of the Norway in a Nutshell tour. It's a scenic trip, passing lakes and woodlands as you climb 1,200 metres to the Hardangervidda mountain plateau, just below the snow line. We're getting off this train at a small place called Nirdal, so we can connect to another, the Flam Railway. It's not a long trip, just 20 kilometres, but it's a steep descent, 5.5% grade. It descends 900 metres. And it has only one stop, not for a station, but for a photo opportunity. Not this waterfall, but the one on the other side. The Sjusfossen waterfall. According to Norwegian folklore, it's home to a huldra, a beautiful wood nymph who lures the unsuspecting to their deaths. She certainly lures herself into thousands of photo albums. Even with the stop, the entire journey to Flam takes less than an hour. I had wondered why there were so many people already on the train when we first got on. And when we arrived in Flam, there were even more awaiting their turn to board and go up. They were all day trippers, passengers from a cruise ship. It was the Sky Princess, a massive ship that had sailed 200 kilometres up the fjord to get to Flam. The Sky Princess is 60 metres longer than the Titanic, and it carries twice as many people, nearly 5,000 passengers and crew. When it was time to leave, this ginormous ship left under its own power, without any need for a tug. It did what looked like a 3-point turn before starting its 8-hour journey back to the ocean. Before they built the railway, Flam was a tiny village. But even then, it attracted tourists on ships. Today, something like 450,000 people visit each year. It's become a major tourist spot. Even though the town still only has a full-time population of about 350. So we're just starting out what's called a rib safari here in Flam. The suits are because apparently it gets quite cold out on the fjord.
With a speed of about 5 knots. And this is because we are in a speed limit area, and we will speed up to about 28 knots depending on the conditions, but more or less like this. So now, while we are moving slowly, we have time to talk about safety.
It seems like there is a different cruise ship every day in Flam. This one, the Silver Dawn, is a small one, only 1,100 passengers and crew. Our guide wasn't kidding when he talked about how fast we would be going. But we slowed down for points of interest.
Tourism in this area, this is where the tourism here started. Back in 1800s, British lords were coming here to this valley, which is called Aurlandsdalen, to fish for salmon. And nowadays, this fishing doesn't happen that much because, there's a big point there. So they built it, not actually done like 20, 30 years ago or so. They built like an arch wooden platform with the glass at the very end. And it's a beautiful view from there, from the whole fjord. And well, if you Google this area, it's one of the first photos that we
A little further up the field is the Sargvossen waterfall. It drops 575 metres in 4 cascades. There is nothing quite like breathing in the crisp, clean air next to a waterfall.
So then I Google translated the name, the Narey, and it translated something to like near islands or close islands. There's not a single island on this field. So then when I came here, finally I learned the real reason behind the name. And the word Narey is an old Norwegian name for the god Njord. Okay, so nowadays we hear a lot about these Norse gods like Thor, Odin, Loki, all of that in Marvel movies, right? But no one hears about Njord. And actually, he was a really important god because he was a god of the wind.
These fjords might be majestic, they've become quite busy. The Norwegian government has introduced rules that mean that from 2026, only cruise ships that are pollution-free will be able to enter these World Heritage listed fjords. That's going to have an impact on Flam's economy, but they're already working on alternatives. This ship, the Future of the Fjords, is already pollution-free. Powered by a battery that gives it 55 kilometres of range, which it can recharge in just 25 minutes. It carries up to 400 passengers, with a clever ramp-like outer deck that provides lots of spaces for everyone to move around and have an excellent view. Several times each day, it makes the trip from Flam to Gudvangen, a 2-hour voyage each way. The first thing you notice is how quiet this boat is, even when travelling at more than 25 kilometres per hour. It makes the fjord experience almost serene. This is the village of Unridal, population 85. It's famous for its goat's cheese. Until the late 1980s, the only access to here was by water.
Excuse me.
The narrow fjord is 20 kilometres long. This electric boat is kind of a bit like, not really a mail run, but it stops at all these little villages along the way in the fjords to pick up people, drop off mail, passengers, food, whatever, some supplies. Lots of people come here to camp. That's why there's a steady stream of passengers. I have to say we were pretty lucky to get a perfect day like today to come and see these fjords. I've always wanted to visit the fjords. I've been pining for the fjords ever since I heard the Monty Python sketch, and I have to say these fjords do not disappoint. Hard to believe, that during the Ice Age there was 3 kilometres of ice above where I'm standing now. Astonishing. The narrow fjord ends at a small town called Gudvangen. After that, the Norway in a Nutshell tour involves a bus and then a train to get to the city of Bergen. Bergen has been an active port since Viking times. The distinctive wooden buildings of its 900-year-old port are also World Heritage listed. They've become iconic images of Norway. There's a funicular railway that gets you up Mount Flyen for a higher view of Norway's second city. This is the view from the mountain above Bergen. You catch the funicular to get up here. The view is actually, well, you can see, it's spectacular. And if you look at the All Points sign behind me, it's got a special marker for Kiev. In fact, everywhere you go in Norway, you find Ukrainian flags. Support is strong here. There are lots of walking trails on Mount Flyen. Some of them might easily have been locations for the Vikings TV series. Bergen's one of the rainiest cities in Europe, actually. It rains 2 days out of 3 on average, although June is the driest time of the year. But of course, when it's not raining, people here just love the sunshine. Bergen also has some nearby fields. This fast ferry is taking us 27 kilometres up the Osterfjord. It's a very different experience from being in the silent electric boat. I didn't mind. I found the fjords and the scenery around them to be simply extraordinary and awesome. I could never get enough of them. There's no such thing as too much fjord.